Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Guard Major and this is a review of the Japanese Tech Tree Tier 6 Alternative Destroyer Shiratsuyu. Now she's obviously just become available during this patch, and she was the lead ship of her class, which consisted of 10 ships which were built between 1931 and 1935. Now these were a modified version of the Hatsuharu class, and all of them were lost during the Second World War. For a slightly more detailed technical details of them, I'd recommend the Navy Reviewer video carded top right now. I should warn you, it is about 18 minutes long. However, if that does interest you, it will be there and also on the end screen. So, it's a tier 6 and 7 game of domination on Haven on the enemy team. We have an Akatsuki, a Cossack, a Lightning, Edinburgh, Baltimore, Snot, Bismarck, Iowa. So, taking it careful because Shiratsuyu is definitely a torpedo boat. She is not a gunboat in any way. So, just spotting the Akatsuki there. But he's gonna duck in around there, and the Baltimore does concern me, so I kind of want to be getting away from him if I can. So in comparison to the Tech Tree Destroyers of the same tier, well, first of all, survivability, she has the trait Fragile Tech, which basically means that her engine modules and steering modules are slightly more exposed than some other classes, or some of the other ships. They're more likely to get knocked out, I guess you could say, and that is very true. Quite often I have found myself in a bit of a pickle when the engines do get knocked out, or when the rudder does get knocked out. Where you can, I'd always probably recommend having the trait Unstoppable on your commander. For the tier, she has the lowest HP. However, having a look at the armor values, the armor values don't look too bad. They look quite average actually for the tier. Now going on to the artillery, she obviously comes with 5 5-inch guns in 2 dual gun and 1 single mount turret. So we have A turret, which is a dual gun turret at the front. Then we have Y turret, which is a dual gun turret at the rear, and then we have like Q turret, which is like a forward facing turret. Oh no. I got so used to playing this with smoke that I forgot I don't have smoke. What am I getting shot at? Cossack and Akatsuki. Blast, I forgot I didn't have the... Sorry, just really focusing on this Akatsuki. Before I can look down at my notes, that's one of the downsides of doing these live. Ooh. Right, time to get out of here. So, we are talking about guns. Oh no, torpedoes. Ooh. Right, sorry. Back on with the review. So gun-wise, oh, more torpedoes. She has the joint slowest traverse of 30 seconds. She has average HE shell damage, average fire chance, and average AP shell damage. She has an average range and the second slowest reload of 7.2 seconds. She has the worst HE DPM, the worst AP DPM, and the worst or lowest fireness per minute. So she's definitely not a pyromania, as per the traits given to her in the menu, I guess you could say. Going on to the torpedoes. Now, most of the characteristics of these torpedoes is exactly the same as the Akatsuki. She has two quadruple mounts, which are on the center line. Now, these have the third slowest launcher reload and the joint second slowest reload per tube. So when they say that she's a rapid reload in regards to torpedoes, take that with a big pinch of salt, because she might be with the torpedo reload booster that you've seen me use, but otherwise she is not. Guessing that the Edinburgh's going to reverse up, that's all. So they have the second highest torpedo damage per torpedo, basically, but these torpedoes do have the largest activity but also the longest range. They have an average speed as well, so enemies will have a slightly the most above average time to respond to the torpedoes coming in once spotted. Now, based off of your base stealth and your base torpedo range, you are looking at having the stealth torpedo range of 3.2 kilometers. Now, obviously, this can be buffed up subject to camouflages and things like that. Just thinking if I can just get a cheeky defender open off of the Bismarck. Yes. Might see if we can get another. Ah. Sorry, it's always worth going for this defender ribbons. Sometimes they do actually add up. Now, going on to manoeuvrability, you are the slowest at 34 knots. You have the joint second smallest turning circle, which is actually quite nice, actually. You also have the second fastest rudder shift. Going on to concealment, you have the joint second best concealment of 6.8 kilometers. Obviously, you can bring that down depending on your commander skills and other things like that. Going on to consumables, obviously you do have the engine boost, which does improve your top speed by 8% for 120 seconds and has a 180 second reload. So this will take your base speed up from 34 knots to 36.72 knots. I think Bismarck's going to possibly go for the safety ram, as we call it. Now, as you may have noticed, I've got the torpedo reload booster, and I had forgotten that, and I thought I had smoke. And that's because you can equip smoke and the torpedo reload booster. It's an interesting ability. So with the smoke, it will have a 20-second duration. That's how long it takes to layer smoke screen. 81-second dispersion. That's how long the smoke screen will be around for. And has a 240-second reload. So in comparison to the Akatsuki smoke screen, the dispersion is slightly shorter. Alternatively, you can equip the torpedo reload booster, and that's what I have done in this. I've only been using it more recently, and I've been finding it a lot more useful. And basically that gives you get two of those, and they basically reload your torpedo launcher in 5 seconds. So you click it, it's active for a second, but during that active time, any torpedo reloads that happen basically will reload in 5 seconds, and then it has a 240-second reload. So down in the description it will be the commander build and the modules used, but I should let you know that I've taken aiming systems, propulsion module and concealment systems as per most destroyers, really. 48,000 damage. Yeah, not bad considering I wasn't really paying attention, and I forgot that I didn't have smoke screen. Coming second on my team, I'd be quite happy with that, and made a pretty penny. So Shiratsuyu, she's definitely a standoff style destroyer. She's definitely a torpedo boat. Don't get any ideas that she's a gunboat. I mean, the Hatsuru, you can kind of like flex her around a little bit, but this Shiratsuyu, you have to go torpedo boat build. I don't think there's any other way around it, unfortunately. Well, if you've enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. If you already are subscribed, let's say thank you very much for your continued support, comments and contributions. If you want to send in your own game captures for our community spotlight video, then our email address is down in the description. And if you would like to support the channel on Patreon and possibly get early access to videos like this one, then the link to Patreon is down in the description. Until next time, I'm the Major, and back to the port.